Hi everybody, my name is Naja and I'm a child therapist, and I wanted to do a series of videos because it occurred to me that when we're social distancing in schools and daycares and things are closing down, we all became our child's teacher. We also maybe became our child's therapist, and so I just wanted to share some thoughts I had. And the first one is a lot of questions I've been getting kind of in the week and a half that this is unfolded in our town is what do I tell my child about the coronavirus? And that's a tricky question because that's really going to depend on your child. So first of all, like age, how old is your child? That really determines how much information they can and maybe should have. The other one is temperament. So some kids, can hear anything and they want to know everything. The other kids just are, as a part of their personality, are maybe like more anxious. And so that's okay, but maybe that's a kid you don't give all of the details to. And really, anybody I would be talking to, like in person instead of a screen, I would be saying, you are actually the expert on your kid. You've been talking to them for years, you know who they are, so you're going to know that better than I will. But what I really wanted to talk to you about is instead of what to talk to your kids, but how. And just before this kind of whole thing went on lock, we had a really great training I got to go to on child-centered play therapy. That was Zeus. And the trainer had this really kind of cool information about children and how they communicate, and this idea that first of all, in the West, we start conversations with a question. Hi, how are you doing? Hi, honey, how was your day? Oh, what do you think about the weather? Right? That's how we start conversations. And it's also how we teach children to speak, right? If you think about talking to a baby, hi, what's your name? Are you sucking your thumb? Is that your foot you've got there? Right? That's just how we do it. So children have learned to start a conversation with a question. And I have a really great example of this. We have a 4-year-old at home, and he came up to me and said, Mommy, is California closed? To which I said, do you think California is closed? Tricky therapist question. And he replied, yes, California's closed because everybody there has the coronavirus. Right? And then led to a conversation we had about, what the coronavirus is. That's probably some misinformation we had, maybe I had given about why we didn't go on a spring break trip. But there was a whole conversation happened about why we're not traveling and what it means and how safe I feel like we are right now, and that kind of thing. Another way that could have gone is, Mommy, is California closed? No, son, California's not closed. There are some travel restrictions and some guidance around traveling, but California's not closed, which effectively ends the conversation, right? And he doesn't get to be reassured. He doesn't get to check out his information. I don't get to check out his information. So that's kind of my tip for today, is to think about, if your kiddo is coming to you with a question, especially if they open with a question, to kind of step back and say, are they actually mining for information? Is it what are we having for lunch? That's like an information gathering question. Or are they trying to start a conversation with you? Is that the goal of what they're doing? In which case, answering the question isn't going to be helpful for them. Right, so that's kind of my tip, not kind of, it's actually my tip in this video. I also wanted to encourage or just get us all thinking about how our children are getting their information, right? So that question really surprised me. One of the things we do at our house, just my preference, is we do screen time, we do watch movies together, sometimes not together, but I don't ever play the news on a big screen. I get my news either on like the laptop or on my phone. And for me, that's because I don't want the news playing in the background. I want to be in control of what my kiddo is hearing. And clearly, even doing that, he was privy to conversations we were having. He's really aware of my anxiety. We had a lot of concern about flying and getting maybe trapped in another state. And so we were having a lot of conversations with each other, my husband and I, and our extended family about what we should be doing right now. So just to kind of be mindful of that. The other thing I'm going to do is my idea is for every video to post a resource. And to this week, or I don't know, it's going to be every week, I don't know. But for this video, one of my favorites, it's been my favorite for years, is a website called Made by Joel. I assume the guy's name is Joel, also assuming it's a guy. But anyway, this person has put a whole bunch of like free printable activities and toys, some coloring pages, but also like toys to print out and put together. It's really clever, and he's made them all available for free. So I'll put a link somewhere. I don't do this, but I'll figure it out for that, Made by Joel. So also, please, in the comments section, any questions you have, maybe you'd like me to address. If I don't have a thought on it, I work with a really amazing team of other talented child therapist colleagues, and I can take it to them. Also, any resources, anything you guys have found helpful, I'd love to hear it. And just finally, we're all going to get through this, and we're all going to get through it together. All right. Be well. Can't wait to hear from you guys.